From Miami to L.A., Mike Tyson is still planning to fight Jake Paul on July 20th in Arlington, Texas. The 57-year-old Tyson needed medical attention at LAX after having symptoms of nausea and dizziness on the flight. Tyson is gearing up for his first fight since 2005. The Boston Celtics are in the NBA Finals for the second time in 3 years. They swept Indiana in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Celtics await the winner of the Dallas-Minnesota series in the Western Conference. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
When I move my body, I feel like freedom. Happy anniversary, KBLA.
The only black talk radio station west of the Mississippi.
And they wondered if a black talk radio station would work in Southern California.
Y'all did it!
Well, KBLA Talk 1580 toasts its third anniversary on Juneteenth, and you're invited to celebrate with us.
Hey, Tavis Smiley, y'all the bomb.
All you have to do is go to KBLA1580.com right now and sign up. Admission is free, but mandatory, and space is limited. Once we reach capacity, we'll have to cut off the online registration, but it's open right now.
Oh, my God.
So don't delay.
Thank you guys for being the best at what you do.
Log on to KBLATalk1580.com right now and register to join us for an afternoon of good music, good people, and good vibes.
Happy anniversary.
Wednesday, June 19th, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. We will provide the food and drink, but be sure to bring your low-back chairs, blankets, and your personal picnic baskets.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Let's celebrate 3 years of being the most trusted, credible, and reliable source of news and information.
We love you, KBLA.
We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we're black and stride again.
Back and stride again.
Happy anniversary.
Never leave me alone. Never leave me alone. Leave me alone. Never leave me alone. Never leave me alone. Never leave me alone. Leave me alone. Never leave me alone. Never leave me alone. They tell me that temptation, ooh, is very hard to resist. You tell
That
me
these women today is too much. Okay, wait a minute, hold up.
Okay.
You want to see more black women in movies?
Yes, why not? Look. Yes. They got a brand new Ariel.
They got a new Ariel, yeah.
New Ariel. Queen Latifah, they doing a new version of.
Was it Frozen?
Frozen, yeah, a black version of Frozen. They called it. Yes.
Yeah, new
They
black-
called it freezing.
They call it freezing.
A little black girl get her heat turned out, based on a true story in Detroit. I want to see more black women in horror movies.
In a horror movie?
Imagine that. Get out. No, you get out. Let me call you right back. He tripping. No, I can all.
Mark Curry is our guest in this hour, and I'm gonna bust his chops until he walks in here. So let me just tell you what we're doing here. So we're live on the radio, and Mark Curry is supposed to have his black behind in this chair sitting in front of me, live in studio. We got his name on the billboard all out in the front of the building. Everybody's waiting to greet him. The red carpet is rolled out, and this Negro is in his car on his way to the studio. You wouldn't do it to a white man, Mark Curry. You wouldn't do it to the white man, Mark Curry.
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I stopped to your Walk of Hollywood fame, and I stopped there first. That's the reason why I'm late.
Oh, I got it.
I stopped there I said, let me go and pay homage to this man who has so much media, so much, into the bag. I said, let me stop. So I stopped at your house, I put my hand on it. I started crying.
Okay, I get it. So you stopped by my star in the Walk of Fame to shine it up and pay homage to me, and that's why you late.
Yes.
Okay.
That's
Mark.
why I'm late, my brother. That's why I'm late.
I'm not.
How are you doing?
I'm not sure I'm buying that, but it's a great story. It sounds good. It sounds like a great story. I am doing well. I was about to ask you the same question. I'm going to see you whenever you get off the phone and roll into the building, but I'm going to talk to you on the phone until you get here. So let me start with that. It's been a long time since I've seen you in person. That's why I'm excited to have you come in studio. But how are you doing?
Yeah. I'm doing excellent, sir. The fact that I wake up every morning means I'm excellent. I'm doing excellent. I feel good. I feel creative. Comedian. I'm still learning every day. I'm still writing every day. So every day I love it. Just the fact that I wake up, man, and I got so much more in me. I feel great.
Yeah, let me. I'm gonna follow you through this hour as I do with all my guests, because you guys say stuff and my mind just goes to working, and I'll follow you. What does it mean? How do you process to what you said a moment ago? All these years later, that you still feel creative, and I'm asking that because I know a bunch of people who have, I guess, convinced themselves at least that they've done their best work, and they will rest or ride on their laurels. They've made enough money. They'll live their lives with the money they've made. Then there are other people.
No.
There are other people who just stay in a creative space. So when you tell me that all these years later you still feel creative, unpack that for me.
Yes. Well, I still feel creative. You have to motivate yourself.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us are depressed. A lot of us go through that. The only way, to me, to get through depression is to motivate yourself. You got to wake up every morning. I wake up and say, thank you, Lord, for letting me wake up. I feel good. I feel creative. I got shows coming up. How can I be funny? How can I, I'm always writing. For example, I just wrote something funny. So you got to write it down. And so I always look at life as I'm a rookie and a vet. I'm still learning every day. Every day I wake up, what can I do better? How can I do better? Yesterday, if I would have did this, I would have been a little bit better off. So I'm trying to always motivate myself, to push myself, to keep depression out, to keep negativity out, and to let me know and realize and remind myself who I am and what you're here to do and how blessed that you are, boy. Let's go.
No, that's first of all, I'm still wrestling with that line. I will for the rest of the day. I love that. I'm both a rookie and a vet. I'm a rookie and a vet.
And a vet, yeah.
I love that. I think part of what happens, man, as we age, as we get older, as we to be kinder about it, as we become more chronologically gifted. That sounds much better. As we become more chronologically gifted, I think some of us just stop the process of learning, not as interested in learning new things, trying different things, going at it a different way. But I sense from that statement, when you say you're both a rookie and a vet, that you ain't afraid to still engage in learning.
No, and learning is the most important thing, especially to be a comedian.
Mm-hmm.
To be a comedian, that you have to bring so much into your brain, because you to me, that's personally for me,
mm-hmm.
the more that I have in my brain, the more that I can converse on that joke. I can take that joke to not just the old normal way that everybody take it, but I can take it sideways from a intellectual point of view.
Mm-hmm.
For example, we were talking about how you go to a BP gas station.
Mm-hmm.
BP, be prepared. I saw a brother, you got to be prepared, because after 12 o'clock, it's like the purge. It's like, am I right? You know that.
No, you're right. You're right about it, man. You're right about it. And I love comedians, as this audience knows, my friends. I love comedians because at their best, they get us to see the world through a different prism. Obviously, they make us laugh. And what is the world these days without some laughter? But I'm always amazed at how they find the funny. They find the funny in pretty much everything. And you will never, ever send me too many comedians to talk to on this program. I'm pleased for the rest of this hour to have our friend and brother Mark Curry, who you're listening to right now on Tavis Smiley.
You're listening to Tavis Smiley. Tavis Smiley. Ranked number 45 on the Heavy 100 list of the 100 most important radio talk show hosts in America.
Hey y'all, Mona Swain here from Target's new YouTube series, My Cart is Full, where we feature Black founders and creators highlighting their connection to our community. As an actor and content creator, I love using my voice to inspire young Black women who look like me. When it comes to feeding my shine, seeing myself reflected in Black-owned and founded products at Target brings me joy. Together, we are Black Beyond Measure. Learn more at target.com/Black Beyond Measure.
Cookie wants to be a professional wrestler. I'm Cookie Serratos, and I'm 11 years old.
She also wants to win all the medals. That's why Cookie and her family make every day count, squeezing out her best with Go-Go Squeeze.
Okay, Cookie, let's break for a Go-Go Squeeze.
Go-Go Squeeze fruit-on-the-go pouches are a nutritious snack made from 100% fruit with no sugar added.
Go, Cookie!
Because when you nurture your kids, you squeeze out the best in them. Squeeze out the best with Go-Go Squeeze. Not a low-calorie food. Products range from 11 to 13 grams of sugar and 60 to 70 calories per serving.
Tips to help improve basic steps for building a budget in 2024. Building a budget can help you achieve and reach your financial goals. With a budget, you can keep track of your spending, avoid and get out of debt, limit overspending, pay bills on time, and build solid savings habits. What's the best way to get started? Figure out how much to set aside for expenses, like rent, mortgage, bills, groceries, and entertainment. Understanding your past financial habits can help you make the proper adjustments for your budget. Adjusting to a budget can take time as you work to find the right balance, but keep working on it. For more financial health tips, visit chase.com or stop by a local branch. This segment is sponsored by J.P. Morgan Chase & Company.
KBLA Talk 1580 is the fastest growing talk radio station in Southern California, home to 50,000 watts and an audience reach of 12 million listeners. KBLA Talk 1580 is a pioneer for black audio content, including our groundbreaking $2 million climate justice campaign and the most loyal, influential audience. According to an independent research study by the polling firm Aviterus, for the second consecutive year, KBLA Talk 1580 is the most trustworthy, reliable, and credible news source for black audiences and beyond in Southern California. Let KBLA Talk 1580 power your advertising dollars. Our omni-channel custom marketing solutions are specifically tailored to connect with your ideal target audience. We leverage audio, podcasts, streaming, digital, social media, and local activations to get your message out to the black community. Get in touch with our advertising team today at advertising@kbla1580.com. That's advertising at kbla1580.com. KBLA 1580. We've got you black. He's rooting for everybody black. Everybody black. More of Tavis Smiley coming your way right now. Right now.
How you doing? New York City, this is where we are. Look at that, New York City. Give it up for New York City. This is one hell of a city. Anybody from out of town? Who's from out of town here? Go ahead. Okay, where are you from, bro? Florida. Clearwater, Florida. Now, in Florida, when the light turns green, that means you can what? Go. And you walk across the street, and you don't look for cars to kill you, do you? You walk across green. New York, green don't mean nothing. Every time you cross the street here, you gotta play dodgeball. Whoa. You be having your woman on your side. Let me go. Go for yourself, girl. You get across, you gotta coax up. Come on, girl, you can make it. Get the baby. Oh my God, get up. Leave the shopping bags. Get up. Watch the messenger. Oh.
Our guest in this hour is Mark Curry, a comedian and actor and host, still doing his thing. He was talking earlier, in case you've just tuned in, about how he still feels creative, and obviously he is, because he's still on the road. I'm still imbibing his comment that he is both a rookie and a vet. Clearly, he's a vet, but he's still learning, and that's a great frame for all of us to see ourselves in as we age. That we're both rookies and vets. I'm still learning every day, still trying to get better myself in this chair every day, and Mark's doing the same thing on stage. And I'm honored to have him on this program. He is in traffic. We'll let him slide with the fact that every now and again in L.A. the traffic gets so bad that with your efforts notwithstanding, you're still a few minutes behind. But it's going to be funny because I'm going to talk him down the street, down Crenshaw, out the car, in the building, down the hallway, into the studio. If you're watching, you'll see him walk in at some point, but he's on the phone right now as we continue our conversation. Mark, let me start with this. When you look back on the success of that show many years ago now, hanging with Mr. Cooper, I'm thinking about this. Obviously, I know you and know all these comedians. I consider you guys friends. I've hung out with you guys, interviewed you over the years. And just because you're a comedian, that doesn't entitle you, obviously, to having a television program, a sitcom. But once you get one, I suspect that the bug must bite you to want to stay on television. All these years since Mr. Cooper, how have you processed your relationship specifically with Hollywood?
Well, let's see. Incredible question. My relationship with Hollywood, first I had goals.
Yeah.
Again, I had goals. I wanted to do a television show. I wanted to respect myself. I didn't want to be a buffoon. I saw so much buffoonery before me. And being an educated man, coming from the background of, my sister was a Black Panther, and I grew up in the ghetto. I wanted something positive. So I wanted to impact television in a positive way.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did that, and I was happy with. I wanted to do 100 episodes. I did 100 episodes, and I was done. I said, I don't think I can beat that. I was done, with television because I did it, and what more could I do,
Mm-hmm.
And so but now I look at it now I do want to come back. At first I was done, but now I look at the genre of television and I say, no one's making me laugh. No offense. I don't turn on television. I don't see anything making me laugh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that other shows aren't funny, but I think when I was coming up, like when me and Martin was coming up, the shows were based on the comedian. It was the talent of the comedian. But the scripts were basic scripts. Hey, go visit Tavis Smiley on the radio station, make that funny. Mm-hmm. So we had to make those scripts funny. So I think that my relationship with Hollywood, I love Hollywood. I'm, at the same time, I look at Hollywood, it's scary. It's scary. But I see the formula. The formula is you have to keep your mental straight and you have to stay funny. That's the main two things of a comedian.
Yeah.
You got to stay funny with new material, and you got to stay with the time.
When you say when you say it's scary, unpack that for me. You mean by what? When you say it's scary, you mean what by that?
Well, it's scary because, we get a slave movie every year. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Every year we get a slave movie. I just saw Will Smith in a slave movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, my God. And that, you got the Prince of Bel-Air in the slave. Urkel, is he going to be next? Jaleel White as Bucky Johnson. Mama, I'm leaving tonight. I mean, it's just, every year we get a slave movie, and it seems, and then they make slavery look good. They make. I saw 12 years a slave. He had a plate. He was eating. You tell that lady, go on, you stop that noise. I said, where he get a plate at? So I'm like, they gave him plates. Yeah. So I look at things like that. I want to see more sisters in Hollywood. Like I said. Sister will react different. I see dead people. Don't be telling people you see no dead people. You can't say that to a sister. I see dead people, too. Ask them where they put their money. Black people would act different. So Hollywood scares me because the representation sometimes, you know, and it scares me. And how it could take your soul. Where are we at? It could take your soul if you allow it. Because look at Hollywood and look at all these dudes. These people be doing all this craziness.
Yeah.
You're like, where did this come from?
Do you think, since you went there, I'm going to follow you again. Do you think that when it comes to representation in Hollywood, as black folk, that things have gotten better, gotten worse, or about the same since your days on Mr. Cooper?
I am here. Days, I'm here. I am here.
If you're here, they're gonna come outside and get you then, so they can usher you in. So let me put Mark Curry on pause for a second. Let him get in the building. We'll get the lights turned on here, get his microphone set, and get ready for him to walk in the building. I'm glad he committed himself to get through that traffic and get here. It's live radio, man, so it just happens, right? Sometimes it just happens that way. And come on in here, Miles. Get the mic up and get the headphones turned up. And y'all see Miles? Yeah, that's Miles, y'all. Yeah, for those who've never seen, rocking his Malcolm X jersey today. How you doing today, Miles?
Amazing. How are you?
I'm well, man. It's good to see you. So we getting ready for Mark Curry. I'm just cracking up. It's live radio, and again, this is how it happens sometimes. But in case you've just tuned in, I guess it's Mark Curry. We were laughing and joking. Mark was stuck in some traffic, some bad traffic, I guess, from the valley trying to get here. And sometimes, again, that happens in L.A., and he's on his way into the building. But Mark is I want to talk to him when he gets in here about representation. We were just talking about a moment ago, and I'm curious as to his view of the ways that our people are being represented in Hollywood or not these days. And he has nonstop been on the comedy circuit, and I've got some questions for him about the comedy circuit these days. And some people believe that the comedy genre right now is kind of dark. Want to get his take on that, and I'm still marinating on the comment that Mark made earlier about the fact that he wanted to do a TV show. He wanted to do 100 episodes. He did it, and that was that. And it reminded me, as he said that, of a conversation with I had many years ago with the late great Bill Withers. I miss Bill Withers, and Bill Withers. Actually, you can see this in a documentary. There's a documentary about Bill Withers' life called Still Bill. It's an amazing documentary. And if you've not seen it, just go to Netflix or someplace. I'm sure you can find it. It's a great piece of work called Still Bill, about the life and legacy of the great artist Bill Withers. And Bill Withers called me one day and said he wanted to, come by and talk to me for his documentary. I said I'd be honored. Just so happened that Dr. West, Cornel West, was in town staying at my house for a couple of days. So Bill Withers shows up and he walks in. He sees me. He sees Cornel West. He says, "Oh my God!" So we go to my backyard. We sit in the backyard. The film crew, the camera crew gets set up in the backyard, and the conversation with Bill Withers commences. And in that conversation, Bill Withers says to me, in answer to one of my, I asked Bill Withers. I asked Bill why he stopped singing, why he just sort of walked away from the business. Mark Curry is here in the building now. Let me finish my story, and I'll get to Mark Curry. Good to see you, Mr. Curry.
Good to see you, sir. Nice sweater you have on.
Nice leather jacket. Don't take it off.
Well,
don't take it off.
That's a nice. I haven't seen the Pele jacket in a long time.
You won't get it back.
That's from the 90s.
Turn your phone on while you're sitting there before it starts buzzing as I talk to you on it. So I was telling this Bill Withers story. And so Bill's in the backyard talking to Cornel West and me, and I asked him why he stopped singing. Why did he just, with all that giftedness, just walk away from the business? And Bill Withers said something to me years ago. It's in that documentary, Still Bill, I've never forgotten. He said to me, "Tavis, sometimes on your way to great, you get to good. And for me, good was good enough. Sometimes on your way to great, you get to good. And for me, good was good enough." I sat there quiet for like a minute, just processing what Bill Withers just said to me. And then I went in and started asking him all kinds of follow-ups. Because again, we get to determine when good is good enough for us. I'm telling this story, Mark Curry, because when you were telling me about your desire to do a TV show, you wanted to do 100 episodes, you did it, and then you walked away. That was good enough for you. And that always hits me, because we live in a world where everybody wants more. And it's very rare to talk to somebody who decides they're going to do X, they do X, and they move on. The rest of us can't really understand that, because again, we live in a world where everybody wants more exposure, more attention, more money, and good is never good enough. You just keep chasing and chasing and chasing. So when I asked that question, I didn't know what you were going to tell me, but the calmness with which you responded by saying, "Tavis, here's what I wanted to do. I did 100 episodes. I moved on." That's hard for people to process, because again, we live in a world where everybody wants more.
Well, it is, and I think that we have so many distractions. That's why I said I'm scared of Hollywood, because Hollywood can could do some things to you. You know, you have to wake up, and that's on my vision board. That was my vision board. You know, that's what I wanted to do. I did it. I did it successfully. And that was not. I could have did another show. I could have did many shows, but I knew the formula. I did it. I didn't want to do it anymore. It was easy for me. It wasn't easy for me, but I did it. I don't know, what I wanted to be. It was more important for me to be a funny stand-up comedian.
Right.
And so when I walked off that stage, I can say, man, I was creative. That was funny. That joke worked. And that's all I cared about to me. And that's all I wanted to do. I wanted to be, to this day, I go to a show, you don't want to do the same old jokes you've been doing. You want to do, I created a new joke, and man, that made me feel good. Like I created a new joke. I said, I got my daughters home, and I get so many Amazon packages, my neighbors think I'm selling dope. I mean, they walk by, hey, how you doing? Hey, okay, that's business.
I have always gotten the sense, I suspect this is true of every comedian, but with you, perhaps more so than most, I've always gotten the sense, Mark, that so much of your comedy just comes from observation.
It is. I love Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
He's my man. And observation, how else can you get comedy?
Yeah.
See, I think too many comedians sit around these comedy clubs looking at each other, and that's their observation as other comedians and their perspective. Observation is watching people. I go to the airports and I look at people, and that's where I get characters. I'm from the ghetto. You can get so many characters from the ghetto that's where all my characters are from, because every character, you got everything you want. You got everybody there. So observation, and then I look at it, and then I put it into my own term. Like I've been watching Power. I love Power, from the Power of Canaan. 50 Cent, I love that. Mom, why you made me shoot that police officer? That was my daddy. I love all that. I observe that, Ronnie, look, forget him. I do what I want. So I observe, and when I do the character, even before I do a big show, I go and look at the people walking, like the ladies walking in, just to get the vibe. And I take that on stage immediately. And,
Real. I love that you can do that in the moment, though, that you can be in the moment with that.
You have
and
to
do it
be.
In real time, man. Everybody can't do that, though. It's got to be rehearsed. It's got to be practiced. They can't riff. They can't riff and freestyle like that. Everybody can't do that.
No, they can't do that. They can't. I admit Sinbad. When I first saw Sinbad, I just did his tribute, and he was the first one I ever saw riff like that. He did 45 minutes. I said, he killed. He came back and did another 45 minutes. I was like, what? Whoa. So young comics look at Sinbad. So that riffing it's a method to the madness of riffing.
Yeah.
You got to be intelligent. You got to be ready to, throw in different components and word, it's a method to it. And I love riffing. That's why I love doing the clubs. I love being in concert. But when I do the clubs, man, I'm riffing. What's your name? Boom, I'm hitting you. And I involve you into the story, weave you in. And the people love it because it's fast and it's quick-witted.
His name is Mark Curry. He's in the studio. We're glad about it. You're listening to Tavis Smiley.
Seeking the truth, speaking the truth. This is the Tavis Smiley Show.
Paid for by government.com. Did you know? The United States Mint has issued a new Morgan silver dollar coin in proof condition for the first time. Not only that, they are also minted in 99.9% pure silver for the first time ever in history. Coin experts are calling this an amazing opportunity for anyone that knows the enduring popularity of Morgans. But you must hurry. Only 400,000 of these legal tender silver dollars were issued. These first ever Morgan silver dollars are brand new with stunning mirror-like finish, minted by the iconic San Francisco Mint. Call now and you're guaranteed a new first ever 99.9% pure silver proof Morgan dollar. To learn more, call 1-800-973-9717. If you order now, you will receive a free coin collector bonus pack, a $25 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-973-9717 now to secure your new Morgan silver dollars before they are gone. That's 1-800-973-9717.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Mike Moore. Now here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Closing arguments start today in former President Donald Trump's hush money trial in New York City. Trump's defense team is expected to go first, and then prosecutors will give their closing arguments. Deliberations could start as soon as tomorrow. A jury is trying to decide whether Trump falsified business records to cover up alleged hush money payments made to an adult film star just prior to the 2016 election. In Maryland, 103-year-old World War II veteran William Billy Keyes attended the Orioles Memorial Day game at Camden Yards in Baltimore. During the war, Keyes was a member of the primarily African-American 761st Tank Battalion known as the Black Panthers, who liberated 30 towns and a Jewish concentration camp. And that's the latest. I'm Mike Moore from your 24/7 news source, the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
Need money for the holidays? Avoid the yikes before Christmas. Hurry into Jackson Hewitt for a holiday loan on your tax refund, up to $1,000. Early refund advance offered to eligible clients. Application required. Finance charge applies. Loans by Republic Bank. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Hey, pool season fanatics, your summer persona is calling. It's time for sun-soaked party scenes at MGM Grand, new luxury cabanas at Bellagio, and sandy beach living at Mandalay Beach. Show off your poolside only with MGM Rewards. Visit mgmrewards.com for details.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Congratulations to the Grambling State University baseball team. They won the SWAC tournament to qualify for the NCAA Division I tournament. Grambling has a first-round matchup Friday against Texas A&M in the College Station Regional. Grambling is the only HBCU school in the NCAA baseball tournament. The Tigers are looking for their first NCAA baseball tournament win. Despite a health scare Sunday on a flight from Miami to L.A., Mike Tyson is still planning to fight Jake Paul on July 20th in Arlington, Texas. The 57-year-old Tyson needed medical attention at LAX after having symptoms of nausea and dizziness on the flight. Tyson is gearing up for his first fight since 2005. The Boston Celtics are in the NBA Finals for the second time in 3 years. They swept Indiana in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Celtics await the winner of the Dallas-Minnesota series in the Western Conference. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
We're not just a thermometer recording and broadcasting popular opinion.
We aim to be a thermostat.
Transforming the conversation about climate justice in our community. This is KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Hi, I'm Zoe Williams, a.k.a. the Voice of Reason, encouraging you to join me weekdays from 7 to 9 p.m. for the world's most intriguing relationship radio roundtable. Every night, I facilitate and encourage our loyal listeners to participate in the most engaging relationship discussions you'll hear anywhere. So make it a point to rendezvous with me, Zoe Williams, the Voice of Reason, Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Trust me, your relationships will never be the same. The VOR is on fire tonight.
Unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
My friends swim no matter the season, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now, thanks to Skyrizi and clear skin, count me in. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
So my home is also my office, and before I can focus, every room's gotta be clean. That means tidying up, then spraying my Febreze Air Mist. Ooh, that's fresh. Febreze Air Mist scents are all high quality. They fight any weird funk, and they give my air an instant boost of freshness. So not only does my home smell good, I feel good too. After I Febreze, it's time to start my day.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la. Here come the drums.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we fight the power every day.
Yeah, gotta give us what we want. Gotta give us what we need. Hey.
I listen to KBLA and I love the commercials. I know what the commercials mean. I also, if I'm looking and trying to figure something out, I need something to talk to me that might hit me. And it happens on TV because, you know, every time they show a sporting event, they got the pharmaceutical companies back to back to back telling people how to fix the sickness on the same stuff that they sell them. So we get it.
Yep, we get it too, Chuck D. And that's why at KBLA Talk 1580, we don't black down.
Drop it. Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be. Fight the power. Fight the power.
More honesty than you can handle. More empowerment than you can imagine. You're tuned in to Tavis Smiley.
Tavis Smiley and Mark Curry, our guest, who made it in studio, and I'm glad about it. I have not seen this brother in so long with your handsome visage. Look at you.
Yes.
With your handsome stuff and that nice leather jacket you wear.
Nice leather jacket, that's
like I said, don't take it off, man, because if you take it off.
I didn't even know. This is that butter leather, baby.
That's that butter leather, yeah.
Butter leather,
it looks like butter. All right, so you and I were chopping it up during the break because I haven't seen you face-to-face in a while, and I got all these kind of things I want to ask you about.
Sir.
So earlier in this conversation, first of all, slide that in back. There you go. So Faraji, our producer, walks in the studio and hands me a bottle of water and hands Mark Curry a bottle of water. I do this every day, right? So Mark takes his bottle of water and immediately starts pulling the paper off the bottle. What is that about, Negro?
Well, I do that because of Robin Williams. Robin Williams, comedian, he did a special, and he would take the thing. All his bottles didn't have a label on it, so you know. Every time I have bottled water, I take it off. And that
reminds you of Robin Williams.
Yeah, from Robin Williams. Great comedian, great riffer.
Yeah.
See, I loved him because he was his riffing. You know, if you think about this old term of just starting it off like, hey, excuse me, look at this book. This is your book. Whose book? It's a book on how to eat right.
Yeah.
You know, and he would riff.
Yeah.
And I always thought that was incredible. And that's that San Francisco Bay Area
comedy,
baby.
There you
Punchline
go.
San Francisco, and that's where we started. So
I was saying to you earlier, I always watch people and I try to make note of things. And when I saw you pull that paper off, I didn't know what the answer was going to be. I'm like, let me ask Mark why he's putting that paper off that bottle. Right, so and I didn't know that was going to be
Denzel,
the response.
You know, I'm like Denzel.
Yeah, I got it.
I don't know why in the movie they didn't know he was crazy.
Yeah.
You walk in and do like this.
Moving things around on the table, setting things up. If you saw The Equalizer, you know what we're talking about, everybody. Yeah. So I'm glad I asked that question. I interviewed Robin Williams a couple times. Fun, and it was
incredible.
I didn't get a question out.
Yeah, exactly.
He sits down in the chair and just starts going in. And the harder he sees you laugh, the harder he goes.
Exactly.
I literally interviewed Robin Williams a number of times, and if I got one or two questions out, that was it.
Yeah, exactly.
I would just sit back and just let him go.
And I love that style. I would love to do that. That's the style I love that style. I love coming out like that, just riffing in the audience, you know, coming out, grabbing somebody's coat. And turn it into things. To me, that's incredible.
But there's a confidence in that, it seems to me. That's what I was saying earlier.
There's a method to the madness.
There's a method to it, but there's a confidence to it. Everybody can't walk out and just do that. There's a confidence that you know that you can grab this, pull this person out, address this person, and make it all work.
I never thought about that.
It
is a confidence. Yeah. It is a confidence.
I mean, let me put it in my lane. There are a handful of people, and I consider myself in this group, and I'm not bragging, I'm saying just how I am. I can walk in this studio with no notes and have a deep dialogue with you.
Right.
Because I've learned that what makes great talk show hosts is generous listening.
Yes.
I call it generous listening, charitable listening.
Right.
So as long as I'm listening to you, I can curate, I can architect a great conversation.
Right.
There are other people, if they ain't got a blue card with a bunch of questions written on them, for them by their producer.
Exactly.
They lost like a mug.
And they
can't do
boring.
it.
They're boring.
Yeah.
They be looking at some of these talk shows, and then me and my dog was on the sand. So Becker starts barking. I love it. What is this?
No, don't get me started about the talk show hosts that we have these days. It's don't get me started.
Right.
I'm just glad that I'm busy during the day. And I ain't got to watch daytime television.
Oh, yeah, daytime.
Because that stuff is it's horrid.
Yeah, they love to talk.
Yeah, and they ain't saying nothing. James Brown said talking loud, saying nothing. They ain't funny. Don't get me. Anyway, you said earlier in this conversation, which I did not know as long as I've known you, that your sister was a Black Panther?
Sister was a Black Panther. I grew up in Oakland, California.
I knew that part.
So, my sister was Angela Davis. at the time, the light-skinned girls with the big naturals, they had a lot of them. They were decoys for Angela Davis. So Angela Davis would go into a building, and 15 other sisters would too, and they all would disperse, and they could never, follow Angela Davis. That was one of my sister's jobs.
She was a decoy.
Yeah, she was a decoy for Angela Davis.
Oh, Lord, you see,
Angela Davis. Isn't that deep?
That is deep.
So that's deep. So the rhetoric of the Black Panther, I would go to meetings with her as a little boy. So the rhetoric of the Black Panthers was in my head also, in shaping and doing comedy. So I'm learning about this. I'm going to Catholic school. We had pimps in Oakland. They teaching me something different. They taught me how to talk to ladies, And so we had hippies. We had dope dealers. This was the perspective of the hood. And we had crack addicts. We had winos. These were all people that I knew. And these were all people that influenced me. And made me, just where I got my characters, where I got my observation, where I learned humility, that everybody is somebody. Even though you may be on dope, they were somebody at one time, and that thing caught them and turned them into that person, but I still know them as a friend. And and so all this I try to put into my comedy.
You had a lot of teachers, man.
Yeah, a lot of teachers.
That's a lot of teachers.
Those were my role models. And we always say, well, who was your role model? Those were my role models. I was pretty successful in my career. Those were my role models. Who were the dope dealers? Who else? I never had no role model. My father, but I didn't have who was the role model? I don't remember no role model that I had in the hood.
Yeah.
I really don't. I mean, the dope dealers, the pimps, the guys in the street. So it sounds funny, but
what does one learn from a dope dealer and a pimp?
Well, you can learn a lot of dope dealers in prison.
Yeah.
A lot of dope dealers in prison right now. They the ones who need to be teaching at the universities. They need to be teaching math class at the university. Come on, get a dope dealer. You take that $500. You're going to take $500. You're going to double it up. Right here. We're going to push it right there. We're going to push it into a 501c corporation, cut it in half. That way you don't have to pay no taxes on it.
There you
and
go.
then you take that, baby, you push that. You take that $500, you get a loan. You get that loan of $1,500. You double that up. We'll pretty soon we dealing with $2,000. You know what I'm saying? Put that down on the Airbnb, rent out the back apartment of the Airbnb, rent out the garage. That's 3 incomes coming in. Suddenly we $3,000 up in the situation. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, everybody go take your laptops and you don't even need them. 500. See if your parents got the 501 to see something. We can talk about that later. You feel what I'm saying? Get them dope dealers out of jail, man. They are the mathematicians.
And that's why he's Mark Curry, and I love it. When I asked you about your sister being a Black Panther, is there a Huey Newton story somewhere in your past?
Yes,
there has to be if you're from Oakland.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
There's a couple of Huey Newton stories, and I feel incredible. I think I was one of the first Black children to participate in the WIC program because I remember the Black Panthers.
Women, infants, and children.
Yes,
WIC.
WIC. They were giving away free food. They were the one who initiated that program.
That's right.
Huey Newton and the Black Panthers and Bobby Seale.
The breakfast program, all that stuff.
Give us free food. I just remember as a child, they said they was giving free food. Me and my boy, Bill, bicycles, we was down there. And I remember Huey Newton getting a package. I was a tall kid. I know I got that first package off the truck. So I can say I was the first child to get WIC. Not only that, but later on in life, this teaches you about life. I'm working at Pay and Save drugstore, and a lady brings her son back, and he said he stole something. And so I said, talk to him about that. So I talked to the little young man about stealing, what the police would do, what happens, broke it down. And come to find out, it was Huey P. Newton's son that I was talking to. It was Frederica. Frederica Newton would come into the store. I never knew who she was. I would always see this beautiful lady. I would speak to her. I never knew it was Huey Newton, and so I look up one day, it's Huey P. Newton. I was like, is that Huey P. Newton? Oh, my man. So I go to him. I shake his hand. He said, thank you, brother. Talking to my son. I'm like, what? Oh, that was your son?
Hold up, Mark Curry. You were counseling the son
of Huey
P. Newton.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And I didn't know that story until, I see Frederica Newton. We opened up a restaurant, and I was there, and she told me that story. I was like, I remember the story. I was like, what? I said, now that is mind-blowing just to be able to say that. That was Huey P. Newton's son. And wow, just at
His
least,
name-
at least I can say I met Huey P. Newton, baby. What? Historian, baby, historian.
His name is Mark Curry. More with him when we come forward on Tavis Smiley.
Hope, agency, dignity. This is Tavis Smiley.
We ask seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
My best advice, if you get a phone call, do not talk to the person. These people are well trained. Don't talk to them.
They don't know me. They're just trying to scam me.
Don't be fooled. Hang up. Just hang up.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
If I get a call from someone, I don't pick up the phone. And should I pick up the phone and they ask for information, then I hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
Scammers can get a hold of your number, order medical devices through your account, and you're not even going to know about it if you don't look at your statement.
Check your statement every month. If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call your senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 855-613-7080.
Hi, Tavis Smiley here. We're getting closer to June 18th, and time is running out for you to register to join us for our historic symposium live on C-SPAN, Tuesday, June 18th, 4 to 7 p.m. at the California Science Center in Exposition Park. Admission is free, but you must register at KBLA1580.com right now if you want to be in the audience when the nation will see for the first time ever a stage full of brilliant black folk talking about the urgency of now. Climate justice, climate equity, climate resilience. It's all going down. Well, it's actually all going up. Tuesday, June 18th, 4 to 7 p.m. live from the California Science Center in Exposition Park. Again, admission is free, but we're filling up fast. So if I were you, I would log on right now to KBLA1580.com to reserve your seat. Caring about the climate, caring about the community. We're KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
What make you? Yeah.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
Helping to make you the most knowledgeable person in your circle of friends. This is Tavis Smiley.
This is Tavis Smiley with Mark Curry. Not enough time with Mark Curry, but let me just start throwing some names at you. We talked about Huey P. Newton.
Yes.
This is a career conversation with Mark Curry, which I can't do justice to in an hour. Let me throw some names at you. Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor opened up for Richard Pryor in 1992.
What's it like opening up for the GOAT?
The GOAT. It was the most incredible situation ever. I'm pretty sure he thought I had a speech impediment because when I walked up, it's hi, man. What is that? What the boy said? Hey, tell me how about they rich, dude. The boy, big old boy, you don't talk well, do it? So it was just incredible to talk to him, to come out and say, and Richard Pryor say my name, Mark Curry. What? On my knees. I'm sure he thought, that big old goofy boy. Hope he don't, because my knees got weak. But the crazy thing about it is, Tavis, that I brought him a ticket stub. I went to go see him at the Circle Star Theater in 1974 or something, 75, and I had the ticket stub.
You still had it?
I still had it.
Oh, Lord.
And I gave it, and I showed it to him, and he remembered, Oakland rough. They rough out there. That boy, they rough out there.
I just love that you had the presence of mind to hold on to that ticket stub all those years.
Well, I knew what I
That's
wanted
cool.
to do. When I saw that, I had that. I kept that ticket stub, Richard Pryor.
All right, I'm going to swing way out.
All right, let's go swing out.
Bob Hope.
Bob Hope. Wow. I went to Bob Hope's. I did a Christmas special. Look it up, people. Me and Bob Hope did a Christmas special. And I'm sure I was the only black person ever in that house. Because the first thing Bob Hope said to me, this is true. First, I was looking at the Christmas tree, at a beautiful, white people Christmas tree, giant with all kind of hollies.
White people Christmas tree.
White people overdo it. They were, wow. They be having the Macy's store Christmas tree in their house. And I was like, wow. And the first thing he said, don't steal nothing. That's what Bob Hope said. True story. I was like, ah! But Mark Curry came back. I said, don't worry, I already did. Boom. Boom. To Bob Hope.
That's how that works.
Yeah, and he liked me. He liked me.
A little birdie told me that the first time you ever had sushi was at the home of another great comedian.
No, first time I ever had sushi was with Eddie Murphy.
With Eddie Murphy, okay.
I went to the Comedy Store, and I wasn't even. They wouldn't even let me play the Comedy Store. And Eddie Murphy saw me, say, "Hey man, you playing tonight?" I said, "Man, they don't let us play here." Eddie Murphy said to the dude, "Excuse me, come here." A minute later, mark your necks. I said, "What? What?" I said, "What?" I think I called my mama. Mama, I'm about to do the Comedy Store. Click. And I did the Comedy Store, and later on, we went out and had sushi. I didn't, ghetto boy, I didn't know what sushi was.
Yeah.
And I ate that. I remember I ate one. To this day, I spit that out on the floor. I didn't know what that was, what they were doing.
And I'm sure Eddie got a kick out of that.
I'm sure
this little green Negro ain't never had no sushi.
I didn't know what it was. I said, what is this? I said...
Our remaining moments with Mark Curry when we come forward on Tavis Smiley.
What's your quarrel with the world? You're listening to Tavis Smiley.
If you're like me, 60 and retired, making ends meet, especially here at the supermarket and drugstore, is tough. I'm so blessed to have found benefitscheckup.org. It's a free and confidential website from the National Council on Aging that connected me to $1,200 a year in programs that help pay for food, medicine, utilities, and more. Maybe it can help you. benefitscheckup.org.
My daughter was diagnosed with a rare malignant rhabdoid tumor on the spine. They sent her straight to St. Jude. My hope was gone. But when you get there, everyone's like, hey, we're not going to give up. And when you see other people not giving up on your child, that makes all the difference in the world. When I found out I didn't have to pay, I was just grateful. They saved my baby's life.
Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, this is Quentin. A little thing I love about Chick-fil-A chicken strips are how satisfying they are. The chicken strips are amazing. They're always filling, crispy, tender, and juicy. Definitely one of my favorite things on the menu. Especially when you add in that Chick-fil-A sauce. Always the perfect combination. And then personally, you know me, I'm getting a 4 count. I want as much chicken as possible. I'm that guy. Whenever I get them, whether it be lunch or for dinner, in my household, it's always a winner.
Order the chicken strips on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real customer paid for their testimonial.
I'm going out with the girls this weekend. Nails done, outfit stunner, and my skin, I know it's gonna be glowing because I glammed up my shower routine with new Olay Indulgent Moisture Body Wash. It smells so luxurious and moisturizes deep into my skin with its super rich, creamy lather that's bursting with vitamin D3. So my skin glows and my confidence grows. Try new Olay Indulgent Moisture Body Wash for glowing skin in just 14 days.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
Eggs are a staple in our diets, and there's only one egg with more delicious farm-fresh taste plus superior nutrition. Eggland's Best. with more vitamins, including 6 times more vitamin D and 10 times more vitamin E, plus 25% less saturated fat than ordinary eggs. Available in so many delicious varieties: classic, cage-free, and organic. Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
Made fresh daily in the Mert Park, Los Angeles, California. You're listening to Tavis Smiley.
Tavis Smiley and Mark Curry, who I'm going to let share with you where he's going to be in just a moment here. Some of the places you can see Mark Curry on the road. But let me in these 5 minutes make the most of it with this. You said a couple things here that I've tried to unpack in the time that we've had. But you talked earlier about your vision board. You ran right past that. But I assume you were serious about that, about your vision board, about the way you manifest things. One of my favorite Bible verses says that we have to call things that are not as though they were. Call things that are not as though they were. That means to just manifest things, which takes me to your vision board. Tell me about it.
Well, you got it. You have to vision. I manifest what I want, you know, and the Lord has blessed me with everything that I've ever wanted. I've been around the world. I'm healthy. I can still play ball. I'm funny, and so I manifest these things, and I still want. Like I said, I'm a rookie and a vet, so I'm still saying, hey, I still need this. I still want this. I still want this, and that's why Hollywood is so hard, because you got so many, so many things coming at you. It's just to manifest and to be powerful is very difficult to do. On my vision board, things I want to do. I still have things that I've been looking at that 2-3 years that I want to do, and I will do it. You haven't seen me do a film. You haven't seen me do a film. So that's still on my vision board. I'm still there. I still can do it. Maybe this is my lane. Maybe maybe it's time for me to step in the comedy world in a movie. I feel that I'm very funny. I feel I can be very funny in a movie, and that's on my vision board, and nothing will stop me. I may be, people say, you're too old. No, I'm not. What?
Is a book on your vision board? You got all these great stories.
Yes.
Is that on your vision board?
I definitely would like to tell my story.
Yeah.
Because if you name any artist, I interacted with them in somehow. Just name somebody.
Yeah.
Just name any artist. Just try one. Let's see. Just name him.
Jay Leno.
Jay Leno. No, I never. Well, Jay Leno. I would pass by Jay Leno taking my daughters to school every day in a station wagon, and I would see Jay Leno going to his every morning taking my daughters to school. I would see Jay Leno in an incredible car.
In a different car.
Yes.
He got about 500.
He got 500, so that's all I can say about Jay Leno.
So books on your vision board, films on your vision board.
Yes.
Is TV on your vision board?
TV, definitely. I think we could do Mr. Cooper reboot and kill it right now. Holly
they
looks great.
They rebooting like crazy.
Yeah, Don Lewis looks great.
Yeah.
And Holly looks great. Omar looks great. Marquise looks great. Raven is beautiful. We could come back and kill it right now.
They are rebooting, so now's the time.
Yes.
I got a minute and a half to go. Tell me where people can see you in the coming weeks.
June 1st, my birthday. Washington,
Happy birthday
DC.
early.
Yes, Capitol Turnaround, Washington, D.C. Get those tickets. That's right. July 5, 6, Uptown in Atlanta. But right now, June 1st, get those tickets. I'm having a birthday party in Washington. And I want people to go to the Real Mark Curry on Instagram. I want 1 million followers. I think I'm old enough to have 1 million followers.
That's on your vision board, too.
Yes, that's on my vision board. Keep that vision board out there, people. That way your mind knows where it's going. You're going to get all kind of distractions. You're going to get all kind of people messing with you. But if you manifest, you can do anything in this world. Look at me. I'm a ghetto boy from Oakland. I have a TV show. What? I'm still on the road. I'm still there. I'm still relevant. What? I'm still in this game. I'm on Tavis Smiley show. What? I'm wearing butter leathers. What?
More importantly, he's on WOL right now in D.C.
And I'm still throwing shoes.
Nice shoes. He's on WOL right now in D.C. where he's headed June 1. So D.C., y'all get Mark Curry's back.
That's right.
And celebrate with him. Where you going to be again?
Capitol Turnaround.
Capitol Turnaround.
That's right. Come get those tickets.
June 1st for Mark Curry's
After
birthday.
party at Waffle House.
Mark Curry, I love you. There ain't nothing you can do about it. I just love you.
I love you too,
Good to have you in. That's our show for today. Back here tomorrow, Lord willing, to do it all over again. Until tomorrow, thanks for tuning in. And as always, keep the faith.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.